Hey, what's up everyone? This is Derek Bros with MintPressNews.com. I'm recording this video and then I'm going to upload it to the Facebook page because we're dealing with a very weak signal today. I'm over here at Sacred Stone Camp where I've been camped. I'm inside of a teepee that has been given to us to use throughout the duration of the trip. And just want to give you a couple of quick updates related to the situation the past couple days. Obviously, you've heard that the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has decided to deny the permit for the final easement near the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation for the Dakota Access Pipeline. And that was met with celebration around the camp, many people partying, celebrating Sunday night going into yesterday. Yesterday we had a blizzard coming through, so it's been really busy and chaotic here. There was lots of wrecks on the roads coming in and out. I do believe most of the roads are closed leaving, going from Bismarck back here to the camps. So we're not getting out anywhere for the next day or so, and I doubt there's going to be much action going around. There are still people wandering on the camps, but and I do believe there's still veterans here. I'm going to be heading over to the Ocheti side in just a moment to check that out. But I just wanted to touch on a couple of brief issues related to these updates. So we had the tribal chairman, Dave Archambault, say in a statement to Reuters and to other publications that everybody can go home, that the winter's coming, and since this decision has been made, all the water protectors can leave, the law enforcement can leave. He's asking everyone to just go home and to not remain here to keep themselves safe. Now that has been met with a mixed reception here at the camp. There are people who suspect or wonder if the chairman has been bought off or sold out, things like that. If he's just trying to get everyone to leave so that the construction can continue. Because as I told you in my report yesterday, there's still a high possibility that the Dakota Access Pipeline could still be built here near the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation. They're considering alternative routes, but ultimately it could still happen here, and many water protectors are aware of that, so they're not ready to leave, or they're ready to continue to keep their eyes and ears on the situation as it develops. And also the question remains, if you were against the pipeline before when it was threatening indigenous communities, why are you ready to stop opposing it just because it goes somewhere else? There's still going to be another community, another piece of the planet, and another piece of land in the environment that is at danger from a spill if this pipeline does break. So the fight doesn't seem to be over by any means. There are some heading out who feel this is a victory, and well, we saved the Sioux stood up, and all the people came together, the veterans came together. It was definitely a huge moral victory in that regard, that we showed that if you threaten our brothers and sisters, we'll come from all over the world, all over the country. We'll send supplies, we'll send money, we'll send bodies, and we'll come stand together so that the authorities realize that we are a force to be reckoned with, that the people do have power. So that is a victory in one sense. But if the pipeline does get built, whether it's here at the reservation or elsewhere, then ultimately this small little battle, this little victory here, will end up being hollow and probably remembered as as a deceptive point in this fight. There are those who say this is just a distraction. They're trying to get everyone to leave, so you should stay. I tend to be in that camp. We also have visuals, photos that have been taken and spread through social media showing about a mile north of the Backwater Bridge, which is about as far as you can go past Ocheti. There's an encampment that has been growing of military personnel, and they've been there for a while, but it seems to be that there are more military camps being built and more personnel coming in. So some people suspect that once the deadstream, mainstream corporate media goes home, and once the large amount of water protectors and allies go home, that the construction could continue. Also, as I said yesterday, the Energy Transfer Partners Company and their partners more than likely are willing to face fines and do this illegally rather than disappoint their business investors come January 1st if the pipeline is not moving oil, which is the deal that they struck with their investors. So we have those two different angles. Dave Archambault telling people to go home. If you're not Sioux, if you're not a part of this fight, if you don't live here, he says it's time to go home. Others, from looking around the camp, both camps, it doesn't seem like anybody's heeding that warning. Some people may be leaving simply because the weather's getting worse, but others are in it for the long haul. And we also have a report coming out last night, early this morning, that Donald Trump, the next president of the United States, is working with his Native American Affairs transition team and working with some of the Cherokee tribal leaders down south to establish new deals to start privatizing native lands. They say that they want to be able to take the native lands out of the system that they're currently in, which is definitely not perfect. I will say that. Native communities, our Native communities around the country, are still beholden to the U.S. government. They're not sovereign in any way, and this situation should really show you that. They are still wards of the state. Ultimately, it's like they give you land, you can do what you want with it, but if we find resources under your land, then we're going to take it. And that's exactly what happened. If you look at the history and the relocation, the Trail of Tears, and all the different moving of tribes and sending people off to reservations, they didn't realize at the time that they were sending them to reservations and to land that were filled with resources. And now that many Native communities are sitting atop of uranium, they're sitting atop of oil and other resources that these people in the fossil fuel industry, extractive resources industry, want to use, they're using all sorts of legal jargon and mumbo-jumbo mental gymnastics to justify their theft of further lands and their mistreatment of these communities. And unfortunately, some of the Native communities have people within their own government that are willing to work with the U.S. government and, in a sense, sell their own people out. So it seems like that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a possibility that incoming President Trump could actually open up a lot more reservation lands, and we could see a lot more projects like this. This all remains to be seen, and we're going to have to wait to see how it develops whenever Trump comes into office. But these are important developments that are taking place. Dave Archambault wants people to go home. Donald Trump's coming in as president and saying that he's going to start privatizing native lands and opening it up for more funds. And that's the thing, is they tell the Native communities, well, we can get you rich, right? This is how the U.S. government works. They come in, they colonize, they smash down a people, they take away their spirituality, they take away their right to grow their hair and put them in boarding schools and ship them away, and then give them a little piece of land and make them wards of the state. And ultimately, instead of allowing them to be sovereign and free and to break away and become truly empowered communities, they're going to keep them on this little leash and say, well, now we'll take back some of that land, we'll rip out the resources from the planet, and we'll give you some money. Hopefully, the Native communities will stand strong and recognize that taking the money from the U.S. government hasn't worked out in the past, and it won't work out in the future, not only for their own communities, but for the future of this planet and for all life and for all of our relations, which is ultimately what this fight is about. So please stay tuned to what's going on out here. Hopefully this video will upload okay. I'm going to continue to try to do live reports when possible. If not, I'll pre-record videos like this and get them out there. Stay plugged into mintpressnews.com or my personal Facebook page, facebook.com/DerekBrose, B-R-O-Z-E. And you can always support me and all my work at patreon.com/DerekBrose. Thank you guys for listening. I'll talk with you soon. Remember, you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are free. Peace.